God's advice today. This message was lovingly prepared to bring peace and guidance to your heart. If it touches you, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll keep receiving uplifting content. Stay with us until the end. We've prepared something special with great care. Discover something life-changing. In the first comment, I left a special prayer and an opportunity that could open doors you never imagined. God said, "Beloved child, listen carefully to what I have to say to you now, because this is not just another message, it is the echo of my heart beating in rhythm with yours. I set you apart from your mother's womb, and since then, everything you have lived, every apparent delay, every unexpected detour, every silence that seemed endless, was part of my preparation. I hid you not out of neglect, but out of zeal. I kept you not out of carelessness, but out of love. Many ran toward stages, but I led you to the backstage. Are you seeking a deep spiritual shift in your life and in the lives of those you love? Imagine attracting wealth and abundance in less than a week, while blessings pour over you daily. It all begins with a simple 1-minute prayer. To discover how this technique can transform your reality, click the link in the first comment. Every step you take on this journey not only benefits you but also supports our channel and the dedicated team that brings this valuable content to you. Do not wait any longer to begin this journey of spiritual and material transformation. Click now to learn more and start your path toward a fuller and more abundant life. While others sought platforms, I led you to the secret place. And there, in the space where no applause was heard, that was where my glory rested most upon you. They did not see it, but I saw every tear, every act of self-denial, every time you said yes to me even when the world called you in other directions. They didn't notice, but I counted each small step of obedience as a precious stone on my altar. There is an appointed time for everything, and the time that seemed lost was, in truth, fertile ground where I planted deep roots. As it is written, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31. Now, son, what I give you is not fame, not applause, not the fleeting shine of this world. What I give you is purpose, identity, the fullness of my presence. And where my presence dwells, there is peace, strength, direction, and abundant life. So receive not what the world desires, but that which heaven has chosen to entrust to you. Comment, waiting on God is never wasted time, it is an eternal investment. Beloved son, there were days when time seemed like a relentless enemy, when each second dragged as if mocking your wait. But in eternity, where I dwell, time is a tool, not an obstacle. I use it as an artist uses a chisel to sculpt. While you thought everything was at a standstill, I was sculpting your soul, trimming away excess, strengthening your foundation. I saw your weary heart ask, "Why do so many seem to prosper while I remain waiting?" But hear me, there are buildings made in haste that collapse at the first storm. I made you into a deep foundation, one that sustains, endures, and does not yield. Your journey is not about speed, but endurance. While others run aimlessly, you are being led by eternal purpose. And even if you do not see it, every step of yours has been marked by purpose and grace. It was I who held you when you wanted to stop. It was I who placed hope in your eyes when all seemed dark. I am your Father, and my love for you knows no shadow of turning. Comment, waiting on God is never wasted time, it is an eternal investment. Many did not understand the path I laid out for you, for it does not follow the world's maps. I led you down roads where noise could not reach, where the glimmer of human achievements could not distract you, because I wanted to speak to you without interference. It was in the silence that I gave you keys. It was in the solitude that I revealed promises. And even in the moments when your faith faltered, my love remained unshakable. You don't know it, but in the nights when you wept alone, I was there, collecting every tear like seeds that will bloom at the appointed time. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31. It was not the absence of movement that kept you from growing, it was my care that sustained you. You grew from within. Your roots were strengthened. Your structure was reinforced. And now, you are ready to carry what I am about to reveal through you. Comment, I trust in God's love, He is my refuge. You were trained far from the spotlight, in the secret place where human eyes do not see, but where my gaze is always watchful. What I formed in you cannot be learned through theories, acquired with degrees, or bought with wealth. It is something my spirit has formed deep within your being. And that, my son, is what makes you a sign in this time. But know that the Lord has set apart for Himself him who is godly. The Lord will hear when I call to Him. Psalm 4 verse 3. I set you apart not for fame, but for holiness. Did you know there is an effective method to attract more financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-rooted beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It has greatly impacted my life, and we'd like to invite you to discover this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing He has a special plan for you. If you'd like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to explore our product. The link is available in the first comment so you can discover how this technique may also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue to share messages that make a difference. We truly appreciate your trust and support, not for popularity, but for true influence. And wherever I place your feet, many will recognize my presence before they even hear your words. Because you carry something uncommon, it is heavenly. While others will boast in their achievements, you will know that everything comes from me. When others exalt themselves, you will remember the path we walked together, the silence that shaped you, the obedience that refined you. And that will keep your heart pure even among the great. Comment, I do not seek visibility, I seek faithfulness. Now, my son, the time of unveiling has come. What I planted in you in secret will now bloom in the light. But I want you to understand, this is not about display, it's about mission. The favor that is coming upon your life will not merely lift you up, it will fulfill the purpose for which I have called you. Many will see doors open before you and believe it was earned by human merit, but you will know, it was my hand that sustained and guided you. And remember, what's coming is not a prize, it is a testimony of the faithfulness of the one who waited on me. Visibility will be a consequence, not a goal. The testimony will be your greatest treasure. I have called you to be different among the similar, to be a voice among the noise. Others sought visibility, but you sought my face. Others chased fame, but you followed me even when everything seemed silent. That is why I now reveal you, because you were not shaped for vanity, but for the sacred. Comment, I do not seek visibility, I seek faithfulness. Remember every difficult choice you made. Every no you said, even when everything and everyone shouted yes. Those choices cost you, I know. They cost you opportunities, relationships, human validation. But do not regret them, for each one was an altar you built in honor of me. You refused shortcuts, rejected ease, avoided crooked paths, and none of this went unnoticed by my eyes. I saw your integrity when no one else did. I saw your surrender when it seemed there would be no reward. I saw your faithfulness even in the hidden place. That is why I now declare, the delay was protection. The silence was preparation. The apparent rejection was redirection. I hid you, not out of disregard, but out of care. I protected your heart from voices that would lead you astray. I guarded your steps so that, at the right time, you would not only bloom, but also become a shelter. The depth you have today is not by chance, it is the result of your continual surrender to my process. Comment: every renunciation was a seed that God watered with care. What I'm about to do through you will not just be an answer to your prayers, it will be an answer to the cries of many. I made you a foundation. I made you a root. You became solid ground where others can step and begin again. You are like a fountain that was not born from haste, but from consistency. Drop by drop, in the secret place, I formed a river within you. And now that river will overflow. Many will drink from what I planted in you. It will not be for your glory but for the fulfillment of my promise. I breathe my wind upon you, not to puff you up with vanity, but to scatter you as a response. Not to inflate your ego, but to reach those crying out for direction. And wherever you go, my light will accompany you. Wherever you pass, my grace will leave marks. Because you are an extension of my goodness. And when they ask, how, you will say, it was the Lord. He guided me. He sustained me. My beloved child, I know there is within you a nameless unrest, a discomfort you cannot even explain. It feels as if the place where you are no longer holds what is inside you. This is not a mistake, nor punishment, but growth. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. You have grown beyond your surroundings, not in pride, but in spirit, not in vanity, but in purpose. I have prepared you for something greater, and now I myself am moving you. But this movement is not only physical, geographical, or visible, it is a deep spiritual shift. The place that once embraced you now feels small because your essence has expanded. I, who know your innermost being like no one else, am leading you to an environment that will finally reflect what I have placed within you. Trust that this discomfort is the sign of your transformation in progress. Comment: my spirit has grown, and the old place no longer contains me. God is moving me. This is not just a new scene I am presenting to you. It is a territory that matches your maturity. A space that recognizes the value of the wisdom you have gained through pain, the patience cultivated in waiting, and the love strengthened in trials. Not everyone will understand the transition I am making with you. Many are still in different seasons of their journey, and this may cause isolation or doubts in your heart. But if you keep your heart firm in this truth, clarity will come. Direction will become clear. Courage will rise in you like a force that does not come from logic, but from faith. This is not just a verbal promise, it is a spiritual reality that will bloom before your eyes as you walk forward. Everything that seemed disconnected will align as you take the first step toward what I have prepared. The discomfort you feel is the breaking of the old, the preparation for the new, an invitation to shed what holds you back and embrace what lies ahead. Do not fear change, for it is the bridge between where you were and where I want you to be. Remember, no seed sprouts without first breaking the soil, and so your soul must break old patterns to fully flourish. Comment, even without understanding everything now, I trust God's perfect plan. Think of these words as seeds in the soil of your soul. Each time you return to them, you will find something new, not because the words change, but because you are changing. The place where you have been no longer shelters the spirit I have developed in you. The feeling of discomfort, of displacement, is not failure, it is confirmation. It is the clash between who you were and who you are becoming. You stand at the threshold between past and future, between what once served you and what has now become narrow. You no longer fit into the limitations that once protected you. I have transformed you deeply, and this stronger, firmer version, filled with my spirit, no longer fits in the old mold. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Romans chapter 12 verse 2. This is the call to leave behind old chains, limiting beliefs, and fears that keep you from moving forward. Transformation requires letting go, trusting my guidance even when the path seems uncertain. In the silence of your heart, I speak to you and assure you that discomfort is the sign that the new is forming. Comment, discomfort is a sign that God is calling me to something greater. Everything that seemed loss, rejection, or delay was actually revelation. You are not being cast out or abandoned. You are being released for a greater destiny. What once was refuge now limits you. The walls that once protected you are now barriers to your growth. And I did not create you to remain confined. You are called to build, to lead, to guide. For this, you cannot continue walking the old, repeated, familiar paths. Your journey requires new steps, new directions, new risks. You are leaving behind not just a place, but a state of mind. The change I am bringing about in you is profound. Where I am leading you, there will be space for everything I have placed in you to bloom and multiply. But for that, you must release. Trust. Move forward even when you cannot see the end of the road. Do not fear difficult days, for they shape your faith and strengthen your perseverance. Always remember, so do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. I am with you every step of the way. You are not being left behind. You are being called forward by God. My beloved child, there is a time appointed for your soul to hear a call that goes beyond everything you have known until now. It is not just any pressure, it is a sacred invitation to step beyond what your heart can bear and your mind can understand. I know there is a restlessness within you, an unease that has often made you question whether you should remain in the place where you once felt safe. But, my child, it is no coincidence that this safety no longer satisfies you. It is because you have grown too much for the environment that once sustained you. This is not an error or a failure. It is a clear sign that you are ready for something greater. Remember the words of the prophet Jeremiah, who said, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. It is my promise to guide you, not to the easy path, but to the extraordinary. Reflect with me. I trust in the Father's guidance, even when the way seems uncertain. You are not being torn away or punished, you are being called. Called to dive into the deep waters of your true vocation, where the safety of the shore is no longer enough. I know this may seem frightening because the familiar always feels more comfortable. But your spirit was not made to live on the surface of existence, merely floating or enduring. It was made to navigate the depths where only I can lead you with the wisdom and strength I have given you. This moment is a transition not only in your physical space but within yourself, in your soul, your emotions, and even your thoughts. As Paul wrote to the Ephesians, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 24. It is time to put on the new, to leave behind what no longer serves, so your new mission can blossom. My child, I understand that letting go of what once felt secure is a difficult struggle. But I assure you that the place where you once rested can no longer contain all that I have placed inside you. You have grown, matured, and received gifts, responsibilities, and truths that many could not understand because they lacked the discernment and spiritual depth you now possess. You carried this weight with faithfulness, silence, and trust, even when you received no recognition or human approval. But now, that season is coming to an end. I am leading you to an environment perfectly in tune with your maturity and purpose. A place where your value will be recognized, not by what you can show, but by who you already are in me. Where my presence will not only be tolerated but desired, received with joy and reverence. There, my child, your spiritual authority will be respected, and the work I have entrusted to you will prosper without the need to fight constant skepticism or rejection. Reflect with me. I trust that God is preparing the perfect place for me. Do not imagine this change is mere convenience or luck. It is the perfect alignment of who I am with you, your abilities, and the plan I designed for your future. There, you will no longer need to adjust your essence to fit narrow or hostile environments. You will no longer need to soften the truths I have revealed to you to avoid conflict or alienation. The place I am leading you to was carefully prepared to welcome what is most valuable that you carry, the presence of God in you, the flame of the Spirit that guides you, the gifts that have already quietly borne fruit. Everything that once seemed impossible to achieve will happen with a flow you have never known, not because the work will be less demanding, but because the circumstances now favor what I have planted in you. This is the proof of my faithfulness. As it is written in Isaiah, "Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine." Isaiah chapter 43 verse 1. Child, I am the one who leads you, I am the one who establishes you. Reflect with me, I am ready to live the purpose God has for me. Finally, my child, this is not a simple change of scenery. It is the foundation for a new chapter in your journey, a place where you will be firmly established, not by human effort, but by the anointing and presence I carry upon you. There, you will find true rest for your spirit and fertile ground for the flourishing of the gifts I have given you. You will be sustained by my unshakable love, and my hand will be upon you to protect, guide, and make prosper all that once seemed to stall. I see every tear, every silent battle, every moment of doubt and weariness. And I say to you, all of it was worth it because you are one step away from the fulfillment of the dreams I planted in your heart before you were born. Do not fear to move forward. Do not look back with longing for what no longer serves you. Look to me, to the promise I made, and walk confidently. I am with you now and forever. Your advancement is not for your own benefit alone, but so that together, in unity, you may fulfill what I have planned for this generation. The connections that will arise are instruments of healing, renewal, and revelation. It is the convergence of hearts and talents that will make a difference wherever you are. Therefore, do not carry the weight of the past, nor doubt your mission. So, prepare yourself, my son, to enter this new season. Leave behind doubts and the limitations of the past, for what is coming is greater than all you have ever experienced. It is the unfolding of my eternal plan, where your spirit will be nourished and your mission will take wings to reach what once seemed distant. Trust, for I am the God who never fails, who opens paths where there is no way, who prepares the ground for you to flourish abundantly. The place that awaits you is no coincidence, it is the fruit of my faithfulness and the love I have for you. Therefore, advance with faith, knowing that at every step I will be with you, illuminating your way and preparing the stage so that my will may be fulfilled through you. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.